to High Performer Success Habits for Entrepreneurs. I'm so excited. This is my very first live in the group. So even if you're watching the replay, please comment down below to let me know that you're here, that you are tuning in, and to let me know that you are getting some value out of this live, because I'm going to share something with you, some things with you today. And when I go live every Tuesday here in this group at 12 p.m. Pacific time, this is what I call the High Performer Power Hour. I am going to be giving you some tremendous value. So first of all, hi Isidro, let me know in the comments that you can hear me okay. The first thing I want you to know is congratulations on getting a personal invite from me, because you are here in the group at no cost to you. And this group is actually going to be turning into a paid membership. And in the coming days and next week, we're going to be revealing to you everything that you're going to be getting as a part of being a part of this group. Okay, and I'm excited for that. I really want to build a strong community of entrepreneurs who are going to show up for themselves, show up for the value that I'm providing, and actually go ahead and execute, do something with what I teach you here. So I'm going to be bringing in others as well to help teach you, and I'm going to be doing a live training every Tuesday here in the group. And right now, we're just getting started. We ask that you do not invite anyone to the group. We're going to be pretty strict about who's coming into the group. But I encourage you, be here, be connected, set a timer so that you know I'm going live every Tuesday at 12 noon. So if you're here in this group, you are an entrepreneur. This is a group for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs, so that you can have a place to go and be supported by like-minded community, right? People who are trying to create something in the world, or who are creating something in the world, right? Who are making a difference, who are using their creativity and their drive to make a difference. So be active here. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got from one of my first business coaches, and I continue to hear it now. I'm coaching with Brendan Burchard. I continue to hear it everywhere that I go with the most successful people, is if you're not building relationships in the communities that you're in, and you're just sitting there listening, consuming information, but you're not building relationships, strategic partnerships with your peers, you're not creating community of peers and masterminds on your own where you can support each other, then your business does not grow. Okay, just like if you don't take action and all you do is sit back and listen, but you don't apply what you learn, your business doesn't grow. The same is true when you're just trying to do everything by yourself. Okay, so make sure that you capitalize on the communities that you're in. That's my tip for you before we get into the topic. And today's topic is all around the number one reason I see entrepreneurs fail. I've been coaching now for almost 17 years. At least 10 of those years, I've been coaching entrepreneurs. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. And I'm an entrepreneur, so I know the struggles, I know the common sticking points and pitfalls, and thankfully now I know how to avoid them. Okay, when it comes to running a business, about 80% are able to make it through their first year. But here's what happens. The percentage gradually reduces as each year goes by, right? So by second year, it drops another 10 to 15%. So only 65 to 70% of people are still in business. By the time you get to the 10th year, there's less than a third of people, so less than 30% of people who started a business still have a business 10 years later. Those are tremendous numbers, tremendous numbers. And I think those numbers are even kind of conservative, right, in my experience. And new entrepreneurs fail for several reasons, but What I have found to be the number one reason that entrepreneurs fail is because they lack consistency. They lack consistency and stamina, which kind of goes hand in hand, right? So lacking the consistency and the stamina, which means the staying power, the endurance, the energy to keep going in order to be successful, that is one of the things that everyone who succeeds in whatever it is they do in their business, your top athletes, what they have done over the years and the habit that they've built in their life and the mindset that they have is one of consistency. And that's how you create stamina. That's how you strengthen your endurance. It's by being consistent. And unfortunately, most people, especially online entrepreneurs, they want quick success, right? Can you relate? Like you see all these stories online and you're like, oh, that person did 6 figures in 2 months or, in 1 year or 7 figures in 2 years. And, they did this or that. And you're looking outside of yourself and outside of your own business and you're jumping on that bandwagon of quick results. And what you fail to realize is that behind the scenes, those people typically, almost always, I'll say, have been working at it for a very long time, right? They've been in business before, or they've been doing this thing that looks like overnight success. They've been doing it for many years and now it popped because what? They were consistent. So you can't buy into the online facade that you'll have this overnight success and that clients will just be pouring in. It's not typically the reality. Think about, football. How often do you see the Hail Mary pass, right? Like there's a little bit of luck that happens there. But the coaches and the players are not practicing for the Hail Mary pass. Their training is all around how to get that next first down. It's one step after the other, staying in the step you're in and being consistent. If you get that Hail Mary pass, that's great, but it's not because you haven't been doing the work, right? Think about it like this. When losing weight, I know Isidro, you went through a whole weight loss, right? So fad diets, like just cutting out carbs or cutting out fats or going on a juice cleanse or whatever, they'll get you a quick result. But the problem is the rebound. It sets you further back, the rebound. And the problem is you've done nothing to improve your health and fitness. You just did something that had you drop weight really quickly. You didn't build the stamina. You didn't build the mindset of health and wellness. You didn't change your lifestyle, right? You weren't consistent with habits that lead to long-term lifetime success. So you either have to start all over again or you give up altogether and you end up feeling like a failure. In business, I see this happen all the time, right? Somebody tries something for a little while, it doesn't work, they start all over or they quit. And the reason typically it doesn't work is because they haven't been consistent. They do it a little bit. It would be like going to the gym, for a month every single day and hitting it hard. And then for the next 3 months, you only go once a week, right? You don't get the result. Yet you get upset like, well, I worked out hard for a whole month. Well, guess what? Takes more than that. Same thing in your business, right? So it doesn't have to happen that way, right? Think about the weight loss thing I just talked about. There's another alternative that actually lasts, and that is making small changes every single day that add up to big results when you have consistent effort. Same thing in building your business. If you're only focusing on the finish line, like where you want to be, the money you want to make, all of that, the perfect outcome, you're missing what it takes along the way to actually get there. Right? You don't just stand here on the first yard and then just jump into the end zone. You've got to go from that step all the way there. Okay? So it's not about overnight success. That stuff does not last. The one hit wonder. So many one hit wonders in the 80s that we don't even hear about, right? It's slow growth that lasts. Okay, write that down when you're listening to this message. Slow growth is what lasts because it gives you time to prepare, to develop your skills, to learn, to excel at your craft. That's really how you build staying power in your industry. That's how you build credibility. And that takes consistency every single day. Is this landing for you, Isidro? Fast growth is just luck, doesn't last. So, to build success that lasts a lifetime, to not burn out, right? To build that stamina, that endurance that business requires, you got to have one of the basic things that I teach, and I'll teach it in here in one of the trainings. You've got to have a very clear vision for what you want and why. And your why has got to be stronger than your excuses, right? So a very clear vision, a super strong why. You've got to have the mindset of a winner and what it takes to win in your life and win in your business. I'm also going to train on that here in the group. And then you've got to put in place those daily performance habits. That's why I have a group of entrepreneurs that we train in a group called High Performers Club, right? This is my high level community because it's those daily performance habits, the consistency that gets you the result, that gets you to the end zone over and over and over again, gets you to the Super Bowl, right? And then finally, you've got to have that like-minded community that will keep you accountable. Clear vision, strong why, a winning mindset, which I'm going to teach here, daily performance habits, which I'm going to teach, and community. So here's a community. You've got to use it, right? Imagine, I want you to imagine right now what your life is going to look like in 1 year, or what it would look like in 1 year, 2 years, even 3 years from today, from June 15th, 2021. Imagine what it could look like or will look like when you stay committed and focused on the vision you have for your business, right? On your mission. And you have the daily support from community, coaches, colleagues who are on a similar path. Your decision making will be easier. Your confidence will be stronger. You'll make a living doing what you love. Right? Imagine what living and working in that kind of alignment is going to do for your health, for your career, your marriage, your other personal relationships. That's what I want you to start thinking of and envisioning. So ask yourself, and I want you to share in the comments if you'd be so bold and brave, and I hope you will. What could your life look like 1, 2, 3 years from today if you stayed consistent with what you know it takes to build the growth that you want in your life and or business? And if you don't know what it takes, that's okay. Let me know here. Like, hey, Jessica, yeah, I want all those things and I can be consistent. I just don't know what it takes. If that's the case, let me know, because that's something we can coach on in here as well. Okay, so